The NBA playoffs are only 1 week away, so you know what that means. We have to do a prediction of the first round. We have to do it. We're currently on the NBA website looking at the bracket. The play-in is still not done, but the only reason I don't really care is because none of these play-in teams have any chance of making a noise. I made sure to wait until like teams like the Warriors and Grizzlies got out the way, because those are the only teams that were in the play-in that, in my mind, had any sort of chance of beating one of these better teams. These other teams are kind of irrelevant, and I'll get to that as we get through the video. And guys, I'm just super excited because we've gone through an 82 game season. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows, and now it's time to see which teams are going to be able to rise to the occasion and which teams are going to completely fucking crumble apart. And I'm thinking about doing a video for each round in the playoffs. I thought about doing like one video for the entire playoffs, but I thought that'd be dumb because I want to see how each team progresses throughout each round. You know, obviously injuries happen and anything can happen, so I want to do it by a round by round basis. The first matchup will be between the first seeded Thunder, obviously rightly so. They had an amazing year, versus the number 10 Mavericks and the number 8 Grizzlies. Now, the reason I didn't wait is because these two teams have no chance of beating the Thunder at all. The Mavericks had a terrible season. They traded away their franchise cornerstone piece, Luka Doncic, to the Lakers for AD, which is who's basically diminishing returns at this point. And at this point of his career, like, yes, he's still an elite player, but at this point, he's only gonna get worse. Obviously, with age, with injuries, all those factors come into play. And of course, you had Kyrie, obviously, with his terrible injury. I believe it was to his ACL. I believe he tore his ACL. And the rest of the roster, I mean, they have Clay, they have guys like Lively, Gafford, Najee Marshall. They have an okay lineup, but without their stars, they have no chance of making a noise, and AD alone isn't going to be enough to do any damage. Now, moving on to the Grizzlies, they also had a really weird year. Exactly 1 month ago, on March 15th, they were the 3rd seed in a loaded Western Conference. Now, you may be asking, how did it go all wrong? Let me tell you how. They fired their coach. You may be asking why their coach got fired. I'm pretty sure it was over some disagreements between Ja and the coach on how the offense should be run. I mean, just making the switch because players are unhappy with the way the offense is being run. Obviously, something about the offense was working. That's why you were the 3rd seed. And of course, as soon as they fired their coach, it started bleeding losses. I mean, of course, it takes time to adjust to a new coach. It's a new playing style. It's a new coach book. It's a whole new experience, right? It takes time to adjust to that. They're the 8th seed now, barely fighting in to get to the playoffs. As for my prediction for this series, the Thunder will absolutely demolish and beat both these teams in 4 games. It's going to be a sweep. It's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. It's going to be easy for them. Now, I'm so confident that Thunder will sweep either of these teams that I'm willing to do any forfeit that you guys comment below. Most like comment with whatever forfeit it has, I will do it. Now, for the next series, we have the number 2 Rockets versus the number 7 Warriors. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because in their season series, I believe the Warriors won it 3-2, which means it's going to be a close one. The largest margin of victory for any of these games was 10 points. It was all 10 points or below, so we know it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be close. It's going to be exciting. And of course, as we know, the last time they played, the Rockets ended up winning. Curry had a terrible night. He shot 1 of 10 and only made 1 3, which was a crazy 3 at the half. That being said, it will be an exciting one. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. Now listen, the transformation that the Houston Rockets did under the coaching of Ime Udoka is absolutely incredible. I mean, they went from a lottery team. I think they only had 16 to 20 wins the last couple seasons. After Harden left, they were in complete shambles. They found a way to rebuild. They picked up some great pieces. They got Fred Van Vliet, who is a great veteran leadership. You obviously have Şengün, who's their best player at center. You have Jalen Green, who's been playing a lot better this year. You have Amen, who is an incredible defender, absolutely an amazing athlete, and shows good promise on the offensive end. They have a very solid group of young guys. That's where it ends though, young guys. I mean, these guys, other than Van Vliet, who has won the ring in 2019 with the Raptors, these guys are very inexperienced. They don't know much about playoff basketball. So I do believe that coaching inexperience is gonna shine and it's gonna show. I believe the games will be close, but against a team like the Warriors, you have Curry, who has won 4 rings at this point of his career. He has a Finals MVP now. He has all this experience. He's still playing at a very high level. I understand the last time they played, he had an off night, but I don't expect that to happen again. I expect him to know that and come back with a vengeance. We know Jimmy's turning it up. We know Curry's gonna turn it up. Honestly, I'm just not very high on the Rockets. I think a guy like Jalen Green, he's a very volume guy. I don't know if he's going to be very efficient in playing in a playoff basketball atmosphere. It's going to be interesting to see his shot selection, which is questionable at times. I'm just curious to see who's that guy. In the playoff, you need somebody to be that guy. And I don't know if the Rockets really have somebody to be that person right now. I mean, I understand Sengun's their best player, but he's not like a give him the ball in the clutch, let him go to work, he's gonna get you a basket no matter what. I mean, they don't have that. So I don't know if I can really, in good conscience, pick the Rockets to win this series. I think I have the Warriors. I think later on the Warriors do have weaknesses that will be exploited. I will talk about that in other series. But I think in this series, I think they will win in 6 games against the Rockets is my prediction. They're just better at the top, which is what you need in playoff basketball. I mean, Post has been playing well. You have guys like Moody. You have Payton, who's a good defender. They have a good roster around them right now. And yeah, the Warriors just look really incredible right now. Every time Curry and Butler play together, they're getting better. They're just understanding each other a little bit more, building that chemistry. And I think against a team like the Rockets, are just not gonna know how to deal with the Warriors' style of play in a playoff atmosphere. So I think it'll end in 6. Next, we have the number 3 Lakers versus the number 6 Timberwolves. Now this series, I don't know what to make of it. Now I am looking at the offensive and defensive ratings, net ratings of both these teams. The Lakers are number 15 in the league in defensive rating, and the Timberwolves are number 6. The Lakers did lose AD, which was their cornerstone in their defense. They kind of used AD as a crutch. On defense, they knew they have AD behind them, so they kind of played lazy on defense. I think they are playing a bit more engaged since AD left. I think it has been good for them. They did lose a major rim protector. They did lose the post scoring, the offensive rebounding, all of that with AD. But you did bring in a guy like Luka, who is an absolute demon in the isolation. I mean, he's a playmaker. He can do anything. He can rebound. He can do everything, right? He can do a little bit of everything. I mean, his defensive is very questionable, but hopefully he stays engaged. He does still look a little chubby, so I don't know how his cardio will hold up as the playoff progresses. And of course, moving to the Timberwolves, you do have guys like McDaniels or Cole Alexander Walker. You have Ant. You have Rudy Gobert. These are all very solid defensive guys. These guys can all lock in defensively. They are a pretty good defensive unit. That you have Nas Reed. You have what's it called? Conley Michael. I don't really know who I would want to win this series. I like Ant. I like Luka. I like LeBron. I like these guys. So I don't know who my heart's rooting for. I just think, but when I truly ask myself who's gonna win this series, I keep thinking the Lakers, and it's for the simple fact that I don't think Luka and LeBron can be stopped. I don't think the Timberwolves have an answer for that. I mean, look, who's stopping LeBron? It's not Julius Randle. It's not Ant. Who's stopping LeBron from getting to the rim? Matter of fact, who's stopping Luka? I don't know who's stopping Luka. If Rudy Gobert gets switched onto Luka, it's not going to be a good look. So I'm very worried about that. And I do have concerns about a guy like Julius Randle, who doesn't really do any one thing great. He's not an efficient scorer. He has some questionable shot selection. So I don't know if there's no, like, my worry is that if Ant's having an off night, who does he go to? I mean, other than Julius, yes, they have okay pieces, but there's no other guy. Like if LeBron's having a bad guy, you have Luka. If Luka's having a bad night, you have LeBron. If both those guys are having a bad night, you have AR. If AR's having a bad night, you have a guy like Rui. Like, the Lakers have so much more cushion. If Ant's not playing at an elite level, I don't think the Timberwolves have a shot. That being said, I do think he will play very well. I think Ant's going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. But if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to have to say Lakers. I'm just going to have to say 6. Lakers in 6. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Lakers in 6. I mean, I can't say the Lakers at 5. I can't do that. I can't do the Shannon Sharp. I do think it will be 6 against the Timberwolves. Yeah, that's my prediction for that series. And last but not least at all, we have the number 4 Nuggets versus the number 5 Clippers. This is the series I'm looking most forward to in the playoffs, in the first round. And you may be asking why. And it's not because I'm a Clippers fan, really. I am from New York. I do fuck with the Knicks. That being said, James Harden is my favorite player right now, maybe of all time. He's a man who made me fall in love with the sport. I'm rooting for him any chance I get. He's what, 35, 36. He doesn't have a lot of years left, and I desperately need him to get this ring. This year is looking as good as a chance he's had since the time they took the Warriors to 7 games. I mean, this Clippers team is deep. It's good. They're good on offense. They're good on defense. And as long as Kawhi can stay healthy, by God, they are a force to be reckoned with. I don't think there's many teams out there that are messing with the Clippers. Now, look, the Nuggets are no slouch either. Of course, when you have Jokic, a walking triple-double machine. I mean, he had what? He had like a 60, 20, 20 game. So when you have a guy like Jokic, any series is winnable. Did you always have a shot? But, I mean, with the firing of a guy like Michael Malone, I mean, with a new coach last minute, I just don't see it working out. Jamal Murray has been very inconsistent. I don't know. I mean, of course, we know know, playoff Jamal is a very real thing. Jamal, I mean, if he can get some head, I don't know, man. If he gets, like, we know what Jamal was doing in that bubble. Other than Jokic, I don't know who else to rely on. Michael Porter can be very streaky shooter. If you're gonna look at the rest of the team, Aaron Gordon has improved vastly from three. He is a very much improved 3-point shooter. He is a great cutter. He is a good defender. But other than that, I don't see it, man. The Clippers are just looking so good. The Clippers, I believe, are the number 3rd defense in the league right now. Offensively, they are 14th. I mean, they were without Kawhi for a large portion of the season. But yeah, the Clippers just look so deep. I mean, they have Norman Powell. You have a guy like a Norman Powell who can get you a bucket at any time. You have James Harden. I mean, yes, there's the question of James Harden isn't as it chokes in the playoff. I don't agree with that. I mean, yes, he's had some bad performances, but he's not a choker. He is pretty solid in the playoffs. I mean, it might be biased, but I do believe that. I mean, as long as Kawhi, I believe the X factor is Kawhi staying healthy. If Kawhi can stay healthy, this series, Clippers in 6, bro. I truly believe Clippers in 6, maybe 7, 6 to 7. I'm gonna call 6. So I don't think any of these series, for the most part, go to 7. At least on this side of the bracket. You have a guy like Chris Dunn, who is an elite defender, wing defender. I mean, you have Zubac, who has absolutely broken out this year. Zubac is looking like a force to be reckoned with. I mean, of course, Jokic is still gonna do his thing, but I do think Zubac can do his part to slow it down slightly, and then obviously dish it back out a little bit. You know, I mean, Jokic is no defender. I'm sure Zubac will be able to feast on Jokic too. But yeah, I think Clippers in 6. That's what my heart's telling me. I need Kawhi to stay healthy, and I need them to do well. I need Harden to get his ring this year. The number 1 Cavaliers versus either the number 10 Heat or number 8 Hawks. Cavs will beat the Hawks in 4 games. The Hawks lost, I believe, Jalen Johnson, who was their second best player, walking triple-double machine. They only have Trae Young. Trae needs to leave the Hawks. I'm gonna be honest. He's not getting anywhere with them. He took them to a conference finals. He's done as much for a franchise that, I mean, Atlanta is not a huge market. No star is gonna want to come there. I think he needs to get out of there, go find a new situation, because Trae Young is wasting his prime, wasting his career in a pretty bad market. I don't think the Hawks are gonna win this game. If they do end up winning, the Cavs will beat them in 4. Heat, Tyler Hero is a dog. They do have Bam. They have some guys. I think on a given night they can win against the Cavs. They can win a series. I think the Heat will manage to scrape maybe 1 game against the Cavs. It'll be 5. I think it'll be at most 4 or 5. I will say Cavs in 5 if it is the Heat. Because Tyler Hero did again. Tyler has been on a bender this season. It's pretty easily said. I think if it's a Heat, 5, if it's a Hawks, 4. Next we have the number 2 Celtics versus number 7 Magic. The Magic got up to a very strong start to the season. They were a top, I think, 5 seed in the East, but I don't know what happened. They faced some injuries. I know Jalen Suggs is still out. I don't see them doing much of that. I mean, especially if a Celtics team that's fully healthy, there's almost nothing you can do. I know Jaylen Brown is still experiencing, I think it was back spasms or something. I know he got an injection in his thigh or something like that, in his knee, so that he could play more. And get ready for the playoffs. That is a worrying sign, obviously, as you get deeper in the playoffs. But that being said, against a team like the Magic, 4 or 5 games. I'll say 5. Did the Magic get 1? I don't think the Magic get 1. I think the Celtics sweep. I mean, a fully healthy Celtics is absolutely going to destroy a Magic team. I will say Celtics in 4. Then we have the Knicks versus the Pistons. Damn, this is a close series. My main concern about the Knicks always under Coach Tom Thibodeau is that they play such heavy minutes in the regular season. I get worried about how their bodies will hold up in the playoffs. I mean, they're playing 40 minutes, 41, 42, 43 minutes. And JB is coming back from an injury. He has looked a little shaky since coming back. That being said, I do expect him to be fine and look good in the playoffs. He does turn it up. The Pistons have done well to be the 6th seed. I mean, they turned it around. They were one of the worst teams last season. I mean, Cade Cunningham absolutely has become a monster. He's glowed up. I think he's in talks to win Most Improved Player, which I don't think he should win. That should go to a guy like Zubac or Austin Reeves or whatever. But that's a question. That's a whole other debate. They're really getting back into that bad boy Pistons kind of vibe. I think this will be a very gritty, very, very tough series. I think this series goes 7. And I'm going to have to go with my Knicks in 7. And the last series we're going to talk about today is the number 4 Pacers versus the number 5 Bucks. This series is very interesting. Giannis has been so underrated this year. It is crazy. I mean, I understand the season that Shea has been having. I understand the season that Jokic has been having. But by God Almighty, has Giannis been absolutely dominating the league and has been going almost completely unnoticed. Now, unfortunately, Dame I believe had a blood clot issue earlier this season that would force him to, I believe, miss the season, but there is optimism that he may come back. But that is still up in the air. We don't know if he's going to come back or not. The Pacers is such a frantic offense. I mean, they're defensively, there can be questions. There are holes on the defensive end. On the offensive end, they can match up with almost anybody. I mean, going back to last season, they made a run to the Eastern Conference Finals and went against the Celtics. Granted, they got swept, but if you watch the games, it was not an easy sweep by any stretch of the imagination. Each of those games, all four of those games, went down to the wire, went down into clutch time, and every single time the Celtics did manage to find a way to close it out. But if a couple of those plays go right, we could be talking about a Pacers winning that series against the Celtics in my mind. So that being said, I think the Pacers have a chance to beat any team on any given night. It's hard, bro. Without Dame, I don't know if Giannis can do it alone. The Bucks, I don't know if they have the manpower to be able to handle the Pacers without Dame. I want to see Giannis win. I like Giannis, man. Giannis is one of my favorite players, bro. He's such a likable personality. He's hilarious. The Greek freak, bro. He's so funny. He plays with such a competitive spirit. I love it. That being said, I think I'll give it Pacers in 7. Pacers in 7 is my prediction for that series. There you have it, guys. That's my prediction for the first round of the NBA playoffs. I am so excited. What are your guys' predictions? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.